loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the shotgun, Richardson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Always got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. 3rd and long for Richardson. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. In motion, the tight end. Richardson now on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
first down, and they'll try to run the option left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an off. The battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Harrison Smith. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lunch.
A big play, if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Richardson now on 3rd and goal.
And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
56 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. They find some open field here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey,
79 yards.
And the 49ers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. after the touchdown. Here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Throwing now is Lance.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts on week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
The tackle there by George Odom.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Richardson on the bootleg here.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Richardson.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw is Richardson. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one per... you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The coach, he'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
147 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On 2nd and very short, Lance. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Lewis Cine. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense,
he's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 96 yards.
And the Vikings have moved out in front. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive.
And now here's another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Slot man moves right.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Richardson on 3rd and short. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson from 6 yards away. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Lance now on first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Again, it's Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Cine.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Richardson working from the gun.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Richardson to the air on first down.
And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Now it's Richardson.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal.
From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Joseph is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. 2nd down, here's Richardson. And this one too low.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had it.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now here's a throw that's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, great.
At the 49ers 10-yard line.
18 Rattlers, trap 50, trap 60. Panther 11. Ready?
Now Richardson.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. On 2nd and 11 now.
Lance.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Here's Lance.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the score.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week two. This has been an impressive week one performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
And my goodness, another interception.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw.
This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass caught by Gray.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Desperation time here. Lance.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic cooking on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
One final try now for Lance.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for